What is up, guys? DoorDash here, and I'm coming to you today with a video, a very important video about a new DoorDash thing that DoorDash was asking for a long time. Maybe it makes a difference, maybe it doesn't, but it's something to be aware of on the customer side of things. DoorDash has adopted a more Uber-like approach, and the reason why I'm calling it a more Uber-like approach is because I've seen other creators talking about this as if DoorDash is adopting the no tip, no trip people. No, they're adopting what Uber does, which is prompting the customer to understand the impact that tipping can make on their order. One of them being you getting your order quicker and faster because you tipped well. And essentially, it makes sure that the DoorDash algorithm doesn't have to really figure out how to magically make your order appear 10 miles down the road when you're tipping $5. It will say, hey, include a tip. Now, this feature could be enhanced even greater now that DoorDash, again, one of the things we have to remember about DoorDash and all these apps really is they are infant apps. What do I mean infant apps? I mean, they've been around for less than 10 years. I mean, you do not have a 10-year data run on these apps. They don't have a 10-year data set yet, although they might be getting, I think they're coming close to 10 years, but they're not quite at 10 years. They're still in their infancy. So for a data set, until you can get 10 years of data on something, it's very difficult to be able to really say, all right, we have some really decent, decent predictions that we can make. Now, even that 10-year data run is still loaded up with lots of noise because of the pandemic, because of the things that occurred that would say some of this data is skewed due to conditions that would not normally exist. But when you stretch it out over 10 years, it flattens out some of that noise and makes you be in a position to make bigger and better predictions. One of the things that DoorDash can do with this feature, and I hope they do, and you're watching Tony's Shoe, I don't think you probably are, but you never know, maybe you tune into DoorDash and stuff occasionally. If you're watching, the next evolution of this feature needs to be, when they put in a tip amount, it tells you an estimate based on the tip amount on what they believe they can deliver your order. In other words, say you put in a $5 tip, they'll say, your order could be delivered between 45 and 55 minutes. Increase your tip, and it will get better. So you put 6 in, and it drops. Maybe it's 42 to 52. And then next thing you know, they get up to $10, and you're seeing 20 minutes or less, which is where you want to be at. It's one way that the DoorDash algorithm can actually help influence and basically say, look, these are the tips we think are worthwhile. If you can't afford it, you're going to wait longer. If you can't afford it, your order might be paired with another order that tipped better or that is heading in that direction because of the fact that the compensation to the driver will not reach a level that is going to allow this order to be selected quickly. In other words, they're going to have to wait until something is heading in that direction, to which they can predict, probably with some good efficiency, especially with the data set that they have now, they can make those predictions. So, anyways, this is a good start. Uber is doing something similar to this. On the back side of it, Uber also does the tip after the fact, obviously, and they show you, and they will encourage the customer if they're going to do a 5-star rating, if the order came in before the expected time, they will encourage
total miles 10.6
the customer to reward the dasher with a higher tip. Or I guess it's not a dasher on Uber, but the driver. So this is something that DoorDash could also adopt. Once these type of things start to get adopted, you're going to be able to weed out the people that are going to say, hey, you know what? Screw it. I'm not tipping my driver at all. And I think then we will have a better, more optimum system that will say, you know what? When we see a no tip order, we would be well within our rights to say, you know what? I'm not taking this order because guess what? This customer is truly not worthy. They've been prompted. They've been given the opportunity. They fully understand it. And if there is a driver out there who is willing to take a stack, and that will be the only way a no-tip order will ever get delivered, is packaged in with an order, a stack, and it may get packaged in several times because there will be some drivers out there who will recognize it and who will then unpackage that order and say, you know what, I'm not delivering a no-tip order. And then there's going to be a lot more drivers out there that would say, okay, you know what, I like the total that's being offered here. I'll do both orders. And since DoorDash does a good job of hiding what the amounts are for both orders now, you can't tell. It'll just say it may be less. You don't get to see it. So anyways, but listen, this is a good start, guys. I wanted to let you know it's out there. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Do you think this is...
Order from Chipotle. Total miles 10.5. Earned price $18.25. Price per mile $1.74.
Do you think this is correct? Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think this is a bad thing? Do you think that DoorDash should be prompting customers and reminding them, hey, your order might take longer to get delivered? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. And guys, as always, stay safe, stay profitable, and I'll talk to you soon.